Special Gamer Girl. This is a treat. This right here is an item that I wanted all throughout my childhood. So we're going to do a box opening of the Commodore 64.
I'm more alive than ever before. What happened to my Commodore 64?
And do you know what the Commodore 64 is?
Kinda, but not that much.
What do you think it is?
I think it's a game system, definitely. Like, maybe it has different kinds of games in it.
Well, what do you think? What's this right here? What do you see right here?
A keyboard.
Okay, so what do you usually associate a keyboard with?
Computer.
A computer. Okay, so this is known for its games. It has many more games than the Nintendo Entertainment System ever had. It has probably 5 times as many games as a Nintendo Entertainment System at least. But this is actually a personal computer. This is something you can write programs in, and it was actually, for a home computer, is pretty powerful when I was a kid. And this is something I wanted for many years.
Can it go onto the TV?
Yes, it'll connect to the TV. So you go ahead and open it up.
Do I open up from this side?
No, pull this latch.
Oh, I thought because it looked like it had latch there.
Yeah, now lift that up. No, lift this up. Lift
Wait,
this. Pull this part up. There you go. Okay, now what do you see?
I see the...
Okay, styrofoam. Okay, so why don't you take... Okay, go ahead, lift that up and take parts out of it. But what's in here?
Oh,
Whoa, what?
that didn't sound good.
Okay, so okay.
That.
So one piece at a time. Bring this over here. Show. Okay, so take that out of the bag.
Wow, this
And
is
set that down
old.
right here.
This looks very old and used.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone's definitely...
Well, obviously, I'm not going to get a brand new Commodore 64. So this thing right here is what we used to use in the old days to connect any system, any video game system or computer to a television. Okay, so actually the TVs used to all have screws in the back, and this would connect to the VHF screws.
Does our TV have screws?
No, our TV doesn't. The TVs don't have screws in the back anymore. And then this cable right here is called an RF cable, and they would all come with this RF cable, and the RF cable would connect on one end to your video game system or your computer, and on the other end they connect into this box that would go to your TV. And then you had a little switch here, and you could switch between computer and TV. So this is the RF cable, and this right now, this little thing is something you can get from Radio Shack or online, and this replaces this. No more switch. This just goes back here, and that will screw into most TVs. All TVs pretty much have this coaxial output.
Oh, for a minute I thought this was another thing, like to connect it from this to the computer.
Well, not to computer, but television. That's what this was for. But we're not going to use this. This is just like a piece of history.
Okay, bye.
So bye. Yes, we don't need to use that. Okay, so now go ahead and get what's left out of this box and put it in front of us.
Oh, whoa, that's big.
Okay, now use both hands and the heaviest part.
Oh, this is
Sit
really...
down. Be careful, gentle.
Very heavy.
That's very heavy. Now, look at that thing. What do you think that is?
A smiley face.
No. What is this object? What does this thing do?
I have no idea.
What is this? What's this right here?
A cord?
Yeah. So what do you think this is?
Something you plug to the TV?
What do you think? Okay, it's an electronic device. What does it need to run?
Power?
There you go. So this is the infamous Commodore 64 power adapter. And it's like 20 pounds. Like, let's put this next to your head. This is like the size of your head. Okay? That's how huge this thing is. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is something that I've read online a lot about, that a lot of people say that some of these things fail, and when one of these goes bad, it might fry the whole Commodore 64. So there's a device online that I saw somebody selling that will help protect it. So maybe at one point I'll get that, but I'm not a millionaire, so it'll be a little bit of time. So we're gonna set this aside and we're gonna be very gentle with this. Even though this is a big, giant, heavy thing, we have to be gentle with it because it does have parts on the inside, and if those get damaged, this could fry the whole computer. So slide it over, slide it over. Okay, so let's get the main deal out, okay? So why don't you take this box right out here, take that out, let's set that to the side. Now, pull, yeah, be careful, both hands. Okay, now. Don't break the phone because it's been there for 30 years. And it's probably a good thing. Okay, it takes a minute.
Definitely.
Here, hold the, okay. And so there's some sort of label here. I don't think we need to, we'll just keep that. It's nice that it's there, but. Okay, so you feel the keyboard? How's it feel?
Feels actually a little bit roundish, but like in the middle it goes up.
Oh yeah? It's kind of like the keys are a little different than a PC.
Yeah,
And these are the function keys. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And these are a little hard to press.
Yeah, well that's keyboards used to have a little, these have a little spring on the inside. There's actually a little spring in each single one of these, the actual
no
spring.
wonder it feels like that.
Yeah. So this is called a Commodore 64, and 64 stands for 64 kilobytes. Okay? So
Sounds like Atari.
so let me tell you, like my computer has 8 gigabytes of RAM, and so 64 kilobytes, like it's like I don't know, it's almost like to an order of 1,000,000 times more RAM now than this. So
there's 2 gaps.
So yeah, these are for expansion ports you can use to expand and to add things. You're covering it up. This right here.
I don't think we can use them anymore.
Well, no, there's things you can. No, they're not really that dusty. And then there's like a monitor connection, and this is where the cable goes to your television. This is a switch that chooses don't switch it from 3 to 4, and I believe right now it's on channel 3, so we're gonna keep that. This is where the cartridges go in. I have a cartridge here, Centipede from Atari, and the way they go in is to just go in like that, and you push down. Okay, so what we do, this connector, this old school connector goes here. So I'm going to stick it there, and then we're going to spin this in place. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So then this goes in there. And so that replaces that switch box, so we don't need a switch box. And so then you're going to connect this RF cable into the RF jack in the back of the Commodore 64. So now we're going to connect the joysticks, the Atari 2600 joysticks. There's also Commodore joysticks, but they're basically clones of the Atari 2600 joysticks.
Big one, little one. You can guess which one we're both going to use.
Yeah, well. All right. So the last thing you generally want to plug in is the power. Okay, I'm plugging this in here. Okay.
Of course, because that's the electricity.
We want to have the power in here.
This part, my dad says it's a little tricky for him to do.
Okay, so now we're ready to begin, but the television is ready. And this is going to take the signal from the RCA jack in the back. Now, if you notice, I added one analog channel because televisions now, they want a digital signal, but with some TVs you can add one analog channel, and so I added channel 3, which is what you need. Power, this is the power indicator that shows the power's on. So
This is what we're going to get when you turn it on.
this is Commodore 64 Basic V2 64K RAM system, 38,911 basic bytes free. Now, let me show you something. command to start the program is type in run and then enter, return.
That's a lot of hello world.
It's just going to keep on going back and printing over and over again. And then I can stop it. I want my program to fill the whole screen. So I'm going to change it to that. And I'm going to type run.
Whoa! Wait. What does that say?
Hello world, same thing.
Again? I can barely tell.
That's because it's all mixed together.
Right.
So,
Okay, here's the down of the screen. It looks like we're going down, but we're not.
okay, so that is that.
Everything's ready.
All right. Powered on. We have a game in. All right, we're visited by Retro Gamer Boy. And Retro Gamer Girl is, yeah, we're printing some Defender.
Yeah, I like Defender.
Defender?
Yeah. I like
Oh, what are you doing, Retro Gamer Girl? Retro Gamer Girl, Defender's a really hard
You got
game.
blown up.
She's got blowing up.
He got blown up again.
I literally didn't.
It takes a lot of practice to get good at this game. This is a very challenging game.
He got blown up.
She got blown up.
Yeah. Can I dodge everything?
Well, you gotta kill the bad guys or they're gonna kill your people. You're gonna turn your people into mutants.
Oh no! He got killed. And he changed it to a mutant.
And that's Centipede.
Centipede.
Okay, so what do you think about the Commodore 64?
I think it's cool, but I still haven't seen most of the games.
Yeah, well, those will be forthcoming. We'll in a little bit. I'm going to get a device that is an emulator for a disk drive that uses SD cards, and we'll be able to try out a whole bunch of stuff. So that is the Commodore 64, and there you go.